The graffito has been painted over the traces. This was Cindy the Sky. The lieutenant...
Looks like it, yes. This is still and blood.
Heavy fuel oil. Isn't the fuel oil catches fire immediately with a low hiss. A bright orange flash across the surface of the lettering. The falling snow turns to vapor above the burning. What if the words are not directed at the people of Martinez, or even the coalition aerostatics above the city? They're meant for something above even those. The lieutenant has taken a small step back. The flames warmed him too.
Let's go to that island.
Slowly, the flames subside. Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gate.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Her voice is...
Gottlieb, what you get yourself into this time? I didn't, but now I do. How's the drinking going? Great. Have a medal. I have an auto...
Fucking, I'm not dead. It just hurts, okay?
Ah, it's you. Great. Any other complaints?
Anything else I can help you with? Just
10-4, come in, officer. Over. 10-4, sir. I only meant that there's been some talk in the station, that's all. But then again, some of us truly are on the take. Roger that, 10-10.
My man, you're alive. Almost. Kind of. Sort of alive? Man, what a day. I missed out on most of the action, but I heard it was quite the encounter. Had a strong... So what's next? You guys heading back to Jamrock now? Talk is local union muscle behind it. Good luck with that, my man. Ain't easy being you, but... Now it's turning into a kind of a snow...
Wait, there's something here, stored away in some dusty corner.
Whoa. What else? Silent communion. That's good. Dang, that's some great shit.
Did you?
No matter. Great verses like that sometimes. Ephemeral. Just messing with you. It's cool. They're more often in the fists than rhymes, see? Let alone
in a small office behind the old military hospital, hunched under the green glow of his desk light, Officer Hans Blau browses through a test print of his Futurist magazine. It's called The Futurist.
Well, you've given me some hope, I guess.
You found some common ground with this man. Even impressed him. The next time you look in the mirror, though, remember those words. This found the smell of cigarettes and perfume welcomes you. You close the... An old monument.
limping down the street, bleeding from the... Cool! That's cool! The shine on these sunglasses lasts a lifetime, officer. Oh, very interesting choice, officer. Very high.
This is how a sea monster sees the world. You've become alright, but these actually make your vision worse, yes. But they also...
Wow, officer! You look so cool! And they can be yours for a mere 3 real. My regular customers have passed them all up because they've got no taste. But you...
The lieutenant tilts his head and steps back.
You look like a musician. Like a blind musician. But you could do worse. Take them if you want.
The dome-shaped plastic boy bobs. Worn by elements, guards the depot. The wind has blown a sand dune in The wind has blown a sand dune. You rattle the hand.
We don't get in there. Frankly, you're just going to have to accept the fact that you can't get in. Relax. No one's hiding in there. If we can't open it.
At least you can think about opening it, about doors in general. They are, after all, fundamental to your life. Perhaps something useful will come from this.
A better deal! Yeah! Medium car! A better deal! Yeah!
Bzz, 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 goes the track in the background. Never you scrape the moldy recesses of your brain for some techno. Isn't that what real artists do? Make it up as they go along.
The Fluxifier? Where is that?
As you fiddle with the knobs,
Copman can ride the knob!
whatever it is you did, it seems to have helped slightly. Maybe now you'll be able to make sense of it.
A better deal! Yeah!
Here's an idea.
A better deal! Yeah!
Here's an idea.
A better deal! Yeah! Medium car!
Sidechain the beat. Listen, you can use the compressor to select between which track it's the compressor controls the gain based on the level of the signal on the aux sidechain input. It will allow...
Sidechaining it, you said!
Then he puts on his headphones and his eyes go wide. What?
Hey, what did you do to Egghead, Copman? Did you break him?
Are you ready?
Noid straightens his back.
I was born ready, Egg.
The audio assault is glorious. The speed freak...
This is beauty! This is love!
What in the world is going on?
Your body is taking a beating from the low frequencies crashing over you. It's making you feel alive again.
God damn it! This dance club idea might... DeLorean Church! The place to...
This is it. This is a new era. The fabric of the world. Who will be the innocence of hardcore anodic dance music?
Yes, what is it?
You don't have to. You already have. A long time ago. These thoughts formed in you somewhere. Drinking coffee and smoking. And a woman, she was there too. Her hair smelled of shepherd.
What? But Pale isn't here.
That comforts her. She looks up into the darkness under the nave.
Then what?
It's nothing. No, it's less than nothing. No.
Then the Pale is... But the gradient, it clearly hasn't started yet. We're here, I understand. A theory of the Pale where instead of an outer ocean, it metastasizes. According to this, how long... And information, causing data losses in the East Insulindian front. Have you considered why it's formed?
An intellectual hunger fills her now.
I also have a question, since we are piling them on. How do you know this? I'm not doubting you.
Knows how to think this.
You think the presence of that puncture has somehow influenced the...
She already made up her mind when she heard it. Some kind of great and uncaring force had to play a part. It wasn't only them.
I told the producers we need to go and move to a normal office building with amenities. But no, the artists like the milieu, the writers... You mean Plaisance and the Dice Maker? There was almost no one left when we packed up. Then go tell them.
She falls silent.
I'm going to leave that out. But the rest, some of this...
Man, you will search...
One more thing. Maybe a club for anodic music isn't the worst thing you can erect around this particular point in space.
Yeah!
Thank you, Egghead. Let's leave it at that, shall we? We have an anthropogenic detection to perform in this district.
The creepy woman! We were wondering about that. It must be anthroponetic crosstalk, the one you get in radios and long-distance calls.
Incredible. This would also explain why we get it on the...
It's quite common, actually. When the signal gets routed through Pale, all kinds of irregularities take place. Pale is a shroud of memories, and it doesn't really distinguish any time.
Yo, man. What's on your mind?
Welcome back. Ouch. When I was 16, I used to date this guy who had a limp, but it only showed when he was sober. Anyway, shot in the leg. I'm sorry. Man, that must...
Oh, hey, man. It's good to see you. Goodbye.
luxury of fine things. Just look at those black monk straps. After spending an entire day hustling, who's to say that beautiful things give you a rush? Remember, when they come to take it away wow, you work hard. Oh yes, you hustle. You're a provider. It's tough out there, but you, oh yeah, like a horse, a workhorse. Look at yourself. You're a human pedometer. You must have walked 200,000. That is the sign of a hustler who never gives up. The world is harsh and people are evil. That's just what it's like. Life and death. But you got gills on your side, mate. It ain't easy, but you do it. Day in and day out. You didn't make the rules, but you won't lose. You're a cop and a sprinter and a money printer. Oh yeah, you took that bribe hard. Wasn't easy getting that giant novelty check from Everard. Took some ingenuity to get into the harbor, but you got in. You didn't log that in as a donation either. You don't log any of it. Yeah, you're in the sales business. Shaken for shit and then, sure. And has it been easy? Is life easy? Are you rich? Get out of here. You're a pauper. You work harder than anyone. Almost rode yourself to the grave, and you're still practically a hobo. Why? Because of the taxes. G-Man's got his jam-covered sticky fingers in your pocket. Every time you wipe your ass, they got their direct and their indirect modes of taxation. Sales tax, excise duty, extraction. 98% of all your money. Here you go, hustler. Fight the righteous fight. Free the people.
Oh, hey, man. It's good to see you. Goodbye. Oh, hey, man. It's good to see you.
You close your...
Oh, hey, man. It's good to see you.
You close your...
Oh, hey, man. It's good to see you.
You close...
Oh, hey, man. It's good to see you.
You close your eye.
Oh, hey, man. It's good to see you.
You close your eye.
But just imagine the...
Your aching leg doesn't want you to imagine.
I hope you're not trying to dance with that leg of yours. Healing from a gunshot wound takes time and patience. Be careful.
Oh, hey, man. It's good to see you.
You close your eyes and vacate your skull, leaving your brain.
Total darkness. You sink down the darkest fathoms of your own personal deep. Vertebra. Here, it will begin. Who fucking cares? No. Orgasme. Oh, don't worry. The music's... This is a pivotal moment. Nothing. Just the immaculate silence of your spine.
I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Every vertebrae in your spine is to rule the world. I am the spinal.
From what I can see, it's about to bust a...
Foolhardy! Do you even know what's happening on the surface?
With your eyes still closed, the first thing you feel, all the way back in the pivoting darkness of your own torso, is warmth. As you open your eyes, you should scream. Hyper, hyper. It seems you have become a flawless interlocking mechanism, a flesh and bone approximation of the throb coming from the speaker setup of the one called Eggheads, entirely, rigidly, imbecilic, without pity or free from self-awareness. No deliberation, only, and I mean only.
Oh my god! No way!
With his reel-to-reel mixer blasting the anthem of a future. He throws a screwdriver and a bunch of drill chucks into the corner and explodes into dance. What he lacks in sharpness, he more than makes up for in violent enthusiasm. The young woman lifts her headphones up slightly.
Asil, are you going to dance?
No, recording.
The lead programmer throws the other young woman a knowing glance before turning her attention back. The young man immediately bounces up and down, then assumes the same dance pattern, embellishing it with some sort. The authority of the law is clearly unquestionable.
What's going on here? Delinquents.
The lieutenant squeezes the bridge of his nose. He's having trouble adjusting to the new reality of...
What's happening? How the hell are you dancing with that broken leg of yours? Good for you. Rock on then. What?
Who's the one in charge? You.
Are you kidding me? What? Get to what?
Sheesh, okay.
Okay, you psychopath. I see what you're doing there. It's jacked up footwork, plus is that... Ah, it's not whooping.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh yeah? I did 15 years in the juvenile crime unit. Now, check this shit out.
The lieutenant begins to heel kick the church floor with such intensity, it's reasonable to fear he'll kick a hole right through it, causing the floor to crack. It doesn't look like he'd give a shit either. Part of him is amazed you're both able to just dance after all these horrifying events in Martinique. The dynamic motion of your flailing body is... You feel as if turning on the hyperdrive will be a point of no return. It feels almost melancholy. Are you...
Here we go again. Hardcore fills the sound above my...
What now? The sound above your...
Above my hair, man.
Okay, this is too imbecilic. Excuse me.
On the coast of the Martinaise Inlet, in a small weather-beaten stave church, built 380 years ago by settlers from the Occident, most likely to guard against an anomaly at its center.
I am la Rebachelière. I am the city. I am a fragment. My heart is the wind. Come morning, I carry industrial. I've seen you. I've seen you. I've seen you. The modulations of my voice are noted down with thermal. I also reside in your lungs in vestigial. You are an officer of the citizens' militia, Jean in Rebut. When you wear your coat, you move through my streets freely, in motor carriages and on foot. You have... I need you. You can keep me.
An officer of the RCM is lying on the floor of a small church.
Had a good rest there?
Fuck yeah, I bet you did. Those...
That's all great, but we should really get going.
You might be imagining it, but...
Man! Now imagine if we could do that, right? End of human development. Mission all right.
You're absolutely beat. Muscles relaxed and feet like noodles underneath.
Goodbye, officer.
One more door. There is no way to open the supply depot door. Accept it. You cannot open all the doors. You have to integrate this into your character.
Oh my god! Things have gotten out of hand! I thought the psychic stuff was bad, but the crime! It's even worse! I haven't been able to come to work for 3 days. The shop... Oh my god! Even the police can't take care of all of this. Maybe I should close the bookstore and open a psychic studio. I could teach people to protect themselves against bad energies and to fight crime.
Yes, what Martinez really needs.
Exactly. It's a brilliant idea. In the meantime, do buy the books. As many as you can. They won't be here for much longer. What do you mean, the actual source? Are you here to lecture me about economics again? What?
Ma'am, what he's saying is true. We found an anthropogenic anomaly in the small...
But that's not in any of the ancient texts.
Whatever you do, don't take away her hope. The only weapon against total absence.
You're right, officer. I mustn't lose faith, especially now that Annette is finally settling in at school and making... Besides, didn't I have some Sayalite hope catcher? Thank you for your help in any case. You're welcome back here anytime.
It's dark. And the flashlight works a lot better if you hold it in your hand. It's dark. And the flashlight works a lot better. Right.
Some areas are inaccessible without your flash.
Looks like someone tried to reconceptualize this. Look, the skis and rotor blades both bear the same Slipstream logo. It seems likely that they started out making one, failed to turn a profit. That's a good question. Not quite. You do know that
Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a die? I'm listening. Good. I hope it clarified things a bit. What else? Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a die? Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a die?
A gust of cold air sweeps through the chimney. The stones and minerals on the shelves rattle as though agitated. For a moment, it almost feels as though you're outside.
Didn't we already talk about this? What are you talking about? My address is exactly the same.
No, the old coal plant that used to be here was subsumed into the new venture. Its ruins.
This doesn't make any sense. Are you saying my business was spared because of a technicality? Where is this coming from? And what? Does it mean that I'm...
Don't let her become complacent. She still needs to ward her soul against the evil force. She starts laughing, her fingers trying to rub away.
Do you know what this is? It's a mourning ring. I made this when my first company failed. It was a small jewelry shop. I drove it into the ground within a year. I didn't have what you would call a viable bit. It wasn't just a jewelry shop either. I always thought that it was just the work. And now you're telling me what? That it was all because I didn't run my little shops and ventures from a dump inside an abandoned chimney? Yeah. Or maybe it's the entire world that's cursed. That's why people like role-playing games. You can be whoever. It's like every time you cast a die, something disappears. Some alternative ending or... But anyway, thanks for sharing your theories, officer. You mean the curse that I'm spared of because I live outside its immediate reach? I'm listening. Excuse me? A 2mm hole in reality?
I'm afraid it is, ma'am. Sona Lukanen killed the...
Sona is involved in this? So it's even worse than I thought. It's not just...
She looks outside the window where daylight has filled the yard.
Just Martinez? In any case, thank you for stopping by. It's good to have an answer. Oh, it's you again. Are you... Of course. Tell me what you have in mind. A star that fell from the firmament? Those cost more than 7 real. Are you sure? Yes, you definitely have the proper attitude. How about a pair of 110 real, and I can get these ready in 8 hours. Great, see you in 8 hours then. Was there anything else?
The face of King Freecell. A cockatoo. This book talks about the delicate nature a small mountain of colorful board game boxes. There are numerous types of games for all ages. A lot of shelf space seems to be taken up by Wirral-related merchandise. Shelves filled to the brim with crime novels featuring the supposedly stalwart, but your quick eye notices a worn paperback from Dick Mullen's classic Hard-Boiled Phase. The premise seems to be that could it be the motifs of unstable identities and shock? Then this is the book for you.
Of course. Such violence and immorality. I mean...
In your hand, you hold Dick Mullen and the Mistaken Identity. The brittle paperback. The cover features a pastiche of different scenes. In the foreground, a man in a dark overcoat. The tagline reads, Detective Dick Mullen must prove his innocence after an old friend is murdered. Needless to say, it violates nearly every RCM regulation.
Are you really reading that, Detective? Good luck finding it. He's not much of a character, I think you'll find.
The point is for the reader to feel like they're solving the crime, along with Dick Mullen. A crude narrative convent. The cover, the tagline, needless to say.
Are you really reading? Well, you won't find it in there. Though.
When was the last time the cover featured the tagline, needless to say?
Are you really reading? That's probably for the best.
The story opens with a knock at the door. Detective Dick Mullen is greeted by an old friend, Charlie Spillane, who's come to Mullen to ask a favor on. Spillane needs Mullen to drive him in from Vesper to a small town along the Insulindian coast. Despite his friend's apparent agitation, Mullen does as he's asked, then an extremely unprofessional and hurtful stereotype, but also extremely accurate in your case. Give it time. You'll fall off the wagon sooner or later. 2 days later, Mullen is arrested by the Vesper police and charged with the murder of Charlie Spillane. At his interrogation, Mullen learns that Charlie Spillane was desperate to clear his name. Mullen manages to convince the Vesper police to release him for 3 days so that Mullen may solve his friend's murder and prove his innocence.
What's the matter, Detective?
The lieutenant shrugs, resigned to the idea that his profession. They're not shitting you, Detective. This is what the writers think. Of course, Mullen didn't do it. That's the whole premise of the book. Anyway, Mullen returns to the seaside bar where Spillane was murdered and meets a beautiful, mysterious... Deneuve reveals that she was Spillane's lover and that he was mixed up with a local amphetamine smuggling operator. Not only is the local police captain in on the amphetamine ring, so is the son of a powerful politician and a strung-out art collector named Torvald, each of whom has his own reasons for wanting Spillane. Outwardly, the old police captain is a real law and order crypto-fascist, a barrel-chested man who's beaten his share of such. He would certainly have the motive and the means, but the captain walks with a noticeable limp from an old war injury. Is it possible that he was able to conceal it long enough to commit the murder? A typical privileged twat. In all likelihood, he's just in over his head. He does bear a personal grudge against... The kid doesn't exactly have Dick Mullen's manly build, but he is the correct height. And while interrogating him at his... Torvald, the art collector, is a strung-out mess. Frankly, it's hard to imagine him holding a pistol. That said, Torvald and Spillane have a long history. And while interrogating him, Mullen discovers that one evening, Deanna Deneuve comes to Mullen's hostel room in tears. The two of them drink half a bottle of vodka, and soon they're seeking, yes, comfort and pleasure. The warmth of another human's touch. Well, that testimony won't be admissible any longer. The man's a prosecutor's nightmare. Solving a murder counts for nothing. That's just Dick Mullen's modus operandi. He might bend the rules, but he closes cases like no one else. As the two lovers share a post-coital cigarette, Deanna Deneuve turns to "I love you." Whatever it is, Mullen never hears the words. A blow to the base of his skull knocks him out cold instantly. When Mullen comes to, Deneuve is dead on the hostel bed next to him. Mullen trashes his blood-stained clothes and flees the hostel, knowing it's only fleeing a crime scene, destroying evidence. Dick Mullen won't be sent to the clink for the sake of the heat is on. If Dick Mullen can't solve both, can you solve the case before the cops close in? What is it, detective? It's a dangerous line of work, but somebody has to do it. There was never a time when he wasn't a detective. For a moment, you cease to read the story on the page and see the book for what it is, a collection of brittle. From nowhere, you hear the screech of sneakers on a waxed floor, and you feel the burn of rope against. You won't find the answers you're looking for here. In other words, is it really so evil, detective? Like what? Do you even have those? Just make sure you don't. It's true in more. But then, what does this book know? It's just a poorly made piece of... So, who did it, detective? Who killed Charlie Spillane and Deanna Deneuve? Could be. Who knows? You begin furiously flipping through pages. Even as you know these books follow a series of well-worn tropes, you try to grab the pages as they come loose. Dozens of pages scatter across the floor. The last fifth or so of the book seems to have been lost. It's possible that you could gather and reassemble the...
Too bad, detective. If it's... And on that note, perhaps...
In your hand, you hold 4/5 of Dick Mullen and the mistaken identity. Why? There's truly no point. You'll never, if you insist. The story opens with a knock. Spillane needs Mullen to drive him in from Vespa to a small town along the insular. An extremely unprofessional but also extremely accurate in your case. 2 days later, Mullen is desperate to clear his name. Mullen manages to convince. Of course, Mullen didn't do it. That's the Deneuve reveal. Not only is the local police captain in on the amphetamine ring, so is the son of a powerful politician and a strong... Outwardly, he would certainly a typical... The kid doesn't exactly have Torvald, the art collector. That said, Torvald and Spillane have a long history. And while interrogating him, that said, Torvald and one evening, yes, well, that testimony, as the two lovers, I love you, whatever it is, Mullen never... Who can you trust in this wicked, messed up world? That's exactly... Speaking of, your guts seem better days. When Mullen comes, Mullen trashes, fleeing across Dick Mullen. The heat is... And you'll never know what happens, because the rest of the... What makes you think this isn't the final Dick Mullen case? How do you know this isn't the final case? In your hand, you hold 4/5 of... Why? There's truly no point. In your hand, you hold 4... Motorway south. The lone vector stretches in your mind's eye into the wild